Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever University of Washington Tacoma Business Plan Competition. Look around. Woo! Thank you all for coming. Thank you, judges, for being here. I just want to actually introduce you to the 5 judges that are community leaders here in Tacoma. First up is Bryan Haines, CEO of Rainier Connect. Matthew Griffin, call sign Griff, owner of Combat Flip Flops, and also featured on Shark Tank. And Mr. Money Man, John Dimmer of the community, right here. And Laureen, she's the owner and president of Wren and Willow. She came and gave a presentation a couple of weeks ago, and I was looking for a female judge, and when she finished her presentation, I said, this is it. She is it. Then, of course, you got to have a banker on here, David Parver, Home Street Bank, and also the sponsor of this event. So first off, as you all know, my name is Thomas Koljam. I'm the director here at the University of Washington Tacoma Incubator, the VIBE program. This has been a long road coming. It's been a lot of hard work for my board and a lot of people in the community. The South Sound wants this. We need this. We got to have this because we have to stop the insanity now. We cannot go up to Seattle and take our talents up there anymore. Even though you live in King County or Snohomish County, Griff, I still love you. So this is the inaugural year. The objective here is to create and retain jobs here in the South Sound. With your help, we can do this, all right? So this is the final round. This is all, I have a script here. Thanks, Mike. The elected official is Mr. Dan Meyer, and Mike's going to introduce him. But how this is all going to work is that the teams will have 10 minutes to present, then the Q&A for 10 minutes. After all 5 teams are completed, the judges will exit, go downstairs, and deliberate of who's going to be the winner of this first inaugural business plan competition. So let's, without further ado, Mike, you want to go ahead and take over, please?
Thanks, Thomas. I'd like to welcome everyone here. This is a really exciting moment for us here at UW Tacoma to the VIBE Business Plan Competition, first annual. These are all the business teams competing back here, right? Are you ready? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see you do your presentations. As an urban serving university, UW Tacoma's mission is about addressing priority needs in our region. And several years ago, we started focusing on serving the large military and veteran family population in this region. And one of the things we noticed, one of the things we came to understand is that a larger percentage of veterans are entrepreneurs than their civilian counterparts. It actually turns out that military service prepares you very well to be an entrepreneur. And so VIBE was, well, there's a little involved between that idea and creating VIBE, but VIBE was created out of that notion, and here we are today. Thomas has been doing a great job building this, and blending civilian and veteran entrepreneurs is a great way to sort of build the entrepreneurial culture in this region, which is a big part of what we're about. And Thomas, let's give him a hand. He's done a great job getting us here to this point today. I'd also like to thank all of our sponsors for their support. This wouldn't be the fabulous event it is today without them. In particular, the Dimmer Family Foundation, whose vision and support has been a bedrock for this business plan competition. And now I have the distinct honor of introducing our county executive, Bruce Dan Meyer. Bruce graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy and is a Navy veteran. We first got to know him as a business entrepreneur. He owns a printing business that, among other things, prints software packaging. He served 9 years on the Puyallup School Board before being elected to the House of Representatives in Washington State in 2009 and the Senate in 2013. 7 full years in Olympia, where among other things, he was UW Tacoma's leading advocate. Thanks for that. And there's some buildings and lots of other things here because of that. He's also a member of our UW Tacoma Advisory Board. In the last election, he became our county executive, where he continues to be among our greatest supporters, and we're thrilled to have him here today. Please join me in welcoming County Executive Bruce Dan Meyer.
Thank you, Mike. It is great to be here. Thank you to the judges for doing this. I couldn't be more excited about this. When I was given the opportunity to kind of do the opening remarks, I said absolutely, because this is right in my wheelhouse. First of all, as Mike indicated, Navy veteran. I noticed there was one Navy veteran, I think, in the projects. I'm cheering for you. I got your back, dude. So I'm keenly aware of that. So that's exciting. Obviously, I've been associated with the UWT since 2006. This is an absolute gem and a key to our economic growth here. And what was happening in the last 25 years is amazing for UWT. Also, my family has been printing in Pierce County since 1934. So I've got a long history of kind of business connections here. But the reason I'm most excited to be here today is in my capacity as your Pierce County executive. And I will tell you that is because the number one issue that is most critical for us in the next 4 years and beyond is economic development. And not just job growth, but family wage job growth. Jobs where someone can afford to buy a house and raise a family and things like that. Now, your government doesn't create jobs. I know everybody here understands that. We do have a role in creating the infrastructure for jobs. When you talk about things like wastewater treatment plants and roads, when you talk about things like affordable housing and land use policies, when you talk about business regulation and permitting, those are all our role to provide that foundation. But jobs are provided by businesses. And that is what this is all about. And I would tell you I'm doubly excited because this is about entrepreneurship. And if I had the choice of anything, if somebody said, hey, we could have a new Amazon distribution warehouse that's going to employ 600 people, or we could have 40 entrepreneurs, I'd rather have 40 entrepreneurs every day, right? Because that is where we're going to get the growth. That is where we're going to get the spirit that's going to grow exponentially. So that's why I'm really excited to be here in part of this, in this competition. The last thing would be the whole issue of partnership, the whole issue particularly of partnering with veterans. As a veteran, I am very familiar with the technical skills and the leadership talents that serving in the military can provide you, right? And that those folks are coming out ready to go to work. And despite what many people think of the military as being extremely regimented, which it can be in certain areas, but there's also, when you talk about combat, when you talk about finding out-of-the-box solutions to address threats, the military is really good at that as well. So it's not, unlike what many civilians think, it's just kind of automatons. That is far, far, far from the truth. The last thing that I'm really excited about being here today is competition. I am an absolute believer in competition at all levels. Maybe not quite as much as Pete Carroll, maybe a little bit like that. But I can tell you as a business person for our business that if it weren't for demanding customers and aggressive competitors, we probably wouldn't get better, right? Those are the things that motivate you. Those are the things that drive kind of new improvement, new opportunity. So it is a very exciting. Thank you again to the judges for being here, investing your time. Thank you to the teams for all the work you've done, and I wish you all a lot of luck today. Thank you for the opportunity to join you.
Thank you, sir, for your time. When I took this assignment on, I wanted to create clarity, consistency, and legacy. And part of the legacy that I want to create is what is called the Vibe Courage Award. To start this legacy off, I'd like to introduce you to Avery. He's a freshman direct. That means to the Milgard School of Business, that means he's got a pretty good GPA. He's pretty smart and got a great smile and all that good stuff. But he wants to I've asked him to read a quote or part of a speech from Theodore Roosevelt in 1910. So go ahead, Avery.
Thanks, Tom. So this is a quote that I think represents Vibe and everything that it comes with. So, it is not the critic that counts. It is not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or how the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best, in the end, knows a triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that he will never be placed with those cold and timid souls who neither knew victory nor defeat.
Thank you. Thank you, Avery. So with that, is Tina Van here today? No, let me tell you about Tina. Tina is also a freshman direct, and she says, I want to enter your business plan competition. Then I saw her on campus. I said, Tina, I haven't seen your business plan. She goes, oh, I don't want to because I've been busy. I've seen her around with her boyfriend on campus. I said, you know, you're not busy, Tina. Get the business plan in. So she did. Then when the business plan was submitted, she advanced to into the investment round. Then she came up to me and says, why did you advance me to the final round? Because the business plan wasn't good. I said, Tina, I don't care if you can conjugate verbs or put paragraphs together. You have a concept, a viable concept that has been proven that you can do this. So the first recipient, and also to add to that, the investment round happened. I didn't see her. I said, uh-oh, here she goes. She's not coming. Then all of a sudden she rushes up the elevator and sets up her display, and she did it. Everybody was hanging around her table and testing her product, and this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, to get in that arena, to get dirty, to fight. You don't have to win every fight, but you have to fight. So this is her Courage Award for the very first Courage Award for the Vibe. So hopefully she'll be here and we'll introduce you to her. So, thank you.